If you have not seen the interview with Badrinath sir on free online tuitions, then here is the link. Go check it out first and then come to this video. I remember the time when I called Badrinath sir requesting him for the interview. You know what he said? He said, "See Ketan, I'll come to your show provided you interview my faculty members and my students." What it shows the act of a perfect leader. So I interviewed all the faculty members who are part of this program, and just remember one thing, these faculty members are doing it as part of their side hustle and they are not getting paid for this job. I asked them about Badrinath sir and about the whole program, and then I captured all their thoughts into this video. Welcome to yet another episode of Life Loosened Up, where I share the meaningful conversation and spread the awareness with the hope of making small changes in someone's life. In my last interview, there were few things which were not accurate in terms of numbers. So here you go. There are around 500 plus students who are enrolled in this program. There are around 50 plus faculty members who are enrolled in this program and who work under Badrinath sir. And there are around 75 mobile devices given to the deprived. So guys, buckle up your seats, watch this interview, but please don't forget to hit like, comment and subscribe to our channel. Enjoy the show.
So, starting, can we have a quick round of introduction of every one of you? Like, you can just tell me your name and your hobbies and any funny fact, if you have any funny thing that you want to, discuss in front of public.
Yeah, my name is Muthu Lakshmi. So after 34 years in corporate sector, bank and IT industry and all that, I one fine day decided I want to take retirement. I took voluntary retirement. My hobbies are reading books. I love reading fiction. So I really enjoy fiction. Then I like craft. I crochet quite a lot, and I also like music.
Awesome.
I love
Which is Muthu ma'am, which is your favorite book which had deepest impact on your life?
deepest impact. I read for fun. Frankly, I read a lot for fun. But
Okay.
One of my favorite authors is Catcher in the Rye, J.D. Salinger, and this that's a book that had a huge impact on me.
Okay. Next step, Suresh sir, go ahead.
Hi, so I'm Suresh V and I stay in Bangalore BTM layout. I'm a management consultant by profession, and I have basically I'm a cost accountant and a company secretary, more in the commercial space. And my journey in corporate sector is about 30 years, and post that last 5 years, I've quit that and then started on my own as a consultant to the corporates. And philanthropy is one of my kind of a hobby, I would say.
Let's move to Sharda ma'am.
Hello, I'm Shalda. I'm a housewife. Happy to be a housewife. I'm a company secretary and a cost accountant. I prefer not to work, and I love teaching. I think as a teacher, 200% we have to put in. So it was a lovely experience. And I do various things. I love sports. I play the violin. Nowadays, I'm into spiritual.
So moving on, Smita ma'am.
Well, hi. I'm basically a banker. I studying Hindi, which is a different subject. It's got nothing to do with the corporate world or what I was teaching.
Right.
But I found that I'm really interested in teaching Hindi now, and I teach for the 8th, 9th, and the 10th students. The students are very loving.
Let's move on. Pratibha ma'am, tell me something about yourself.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Pratibha. I'm working as an account assistant in a private limited company.
Do you have any hobbies that you want to discuss with your friends, faculties?
Yeah, I read novels.
Okay.
I read a lot of books but it all are Kannada language.
So moving on, Nalini ma'am.
Yes, well, I'm a journalist by profession. I've done my master's in journalism, and I have been teaching journalism students as well as writing for various newspapers in India and in Dubai.
Moving on, Anaga ma'am, let's come to you. Yeah. So can you just introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Anaga, and I'm not ma'am because I'm youngest here.
Oh,
so
okay.
I can actually say I'm following your footsteps because I'm pursuing pursuing my engineering at JSS College. But also, I'm enjoying teaching. This is my first experience as a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm having fun with kids. I teach science. My hobbies are sketching. I do a lot of sketching during my free
Wow.
time. Right now, I'm learning charcoal sketching. And the other thing is I spend time with animals. I have a pet cat at home. So she's my best friend at home.
So my first question to you guys is, can anyone tell me about the economic sustainability in terms of source of income? Because I'll tell you this, I run this channel. I'm not getting any money out of this, but I have a job Monday to Friday, from where, I get that money. I'm able to, run this home. So can you just tell me what kind of source of income you guys have? Nalini ma'am, yeah. What do you think about?
Yeah, well, my source of income is my husband.
Oh,
So,
nice.
so I mean, he's also retired, but we are okay. So I am not interested in money any longer. I mean, doing anything for money now. I want to just do social work.
Social work, okay.
That's
And
yeah.
Nalini ma'am, now that you're talking about you want to do social work, what you get out of it? Now you're doing social work, I know, but what you get? It's like inner peace or something else too? What do you get
Yes,
out of it?
I think I get that kind of feeling that I'm doing something, something important, something for the people, something which is selfless. And maybe it's because, as I told you, my father was on this. My family is very much into this kind of social work that I wanted to carry on that whatever my father did. And I feel that it's important especially for the girls, we want them to study, we want them to because that's the biggest problem in India, with the girls dropping out and things like that. So that is why we have taken a lot of it's not only me, my whole family is involved in this kind of thing. We help girls to give them a vocational training, computer training, this kind of thing. So when I came here, I was very much interested in helping somebody, at least something that I would like to do for the society.
Awesome.
It gives a lot of satisfaction, I must say.
Yeah, Sharda ma'am, do you have any other thoughts? Like, what is social service for you?
For me, I think more than receiving, giving gives utter happiness.
Okay.
That inner joy that every day that I get when I help one person a day, it's not about money. For me, it is not at all material. I think I got this from my dad. I think money matters the least to me. And when you do something to someone selflessly, some joy that you get is matchless.
Okay, cool. And Anaga, what do you think? Anaga is still here, or she's okay? Anaga, what do you think? You have started this philanthropical thing so early in your life. How do you feel? What's social service for you, and what's money for you?
Money matters a lot for me at this point because I'm not yet like earning, right? So I'm really very eager to earn, and I have a lot of wishes. So I want to make big out of it. But social service is also a part of my life because I've always planned to do something like this. Where even I had a wish where even if I start earning, a part of the money will go to a social service kind of.
Right. Muthu ma'am, can you just talk about the timetable? Because I heard that Badri sir told that you work on timetabling, like creating the time slots and all. How do you do that? Like you are the one who organizes everything. So can you just speak about that?
No, it's convenient to have a timetable. Is mainly a matter of organization and convenience.
Okay.
So if there is a timetable, you know what time the children are free and what time the faculty is free, if you want to assign more, etc. So I just picked it up. I felt that there was a need to have a documented timetable. So I spoke to Mr. Vittal and I said, I think it's a good idea to do it. He said, please, if you want to do it, I'm happy.
Awesome.
So he was managing with a huge chart sheet. So I used Excel, and we have two views, faculty view and the class view.
Right,
So it's
right, exactly.
convenient, yeah.
Exactly.
The
So,
microphone.
my next question is like, smartphone is kind of addiction to anyone. Is there any way to see if student uses it for any good purpose? Like, I know, I mean, there are a lot of donors who donate it, the cell phones or smartphones, and nowadays it's like addiction, right? So, do you think, students use it for right purpose? Like anyone can pitch in and they can just tell.
Yeah, no, I think, since I'm on, I think right now the students are using it for the right purpose because they don't have too much bandwidth. They pay so much and they get they have a prepaid connections with only so much data. I don't think they can misuse it at this point in time.
Right.
But if they have to attend classes, they're going to have, and if they also want to misuse it, they're going to have to spend huge amounts. Right now, it may not be feasible for them.
Right. What do you think, Smita ma'am?
No.
Smartphone is an addiction?
This is Bhuttu from the middle income group or the lower strata. What you're saying is true. But what about children who have a lot of money? See, we've been trying to keep them away from such devices and limiting times and all that. But unfortunately, now we have no such control on the children, where they use it and how they use it. So I really don't know whether it's a boon or a bane, basically.
Yep.
Yes, it is a necessity. Without it, they can't do it. But then how do you really limit it? Like, I'm really worried about their eyesight and the kind of sites that they go. Yes, there are child locks and things like that, but how many parents are able to really monitor what their children are up to? I'm talking about the higher income groups, etc., where they have the money and the bandwidth and they have everything at their fingertips.
Right. So,
as Bhuttu said, the lower income group, the data is limited.
Suresh sir, how is the attention span of students during the class? Do you have any way to check that, if the person is really, paying attention to what you're teaching?
Yeah, I think it is a big challenge because all these guys, as we know, they're from poor background, and some of them, I keep when they talk to them, when they unmute themselves, I keep hearing the dogs barking, etc. So like maybe they are sitting in their juggly and then taking the class. And sometimes people who are sitting inside the house, there is a lot of background noise, people talking and disturbing them. So the one way I try to get their attention is that I make each student to read one paragraph each of the lesson that I'm doing.
Okay.
And I keep asking question about some of them, like translating some difficult word, or then trying to summarize of what the other person read, so that I try to grab their attention. But it is very tough.
It is very difficult, right? So you have to keep on, trying different ways, like keep on interacting. So do you think if you play some games in front of online, will they be okay, you think? Like any games, like there are a lot of virtual games that you can play nowadays to have that attention span, so that they'll be happy to come to your class every time. Have you tried anything like that sort?
Not much actually. Mine, because of our time span is only 45 minutes each day, and by the time everybody assembles, it'll be 5-10 minutes gone. So we started quite late in the academic year, if you say so. And also the fear that all this will go off in next few days when the school starts. I want to do more on that. My way of keeping them interesting is that to ask more questions, ask them to learn more about this, or giving recent examples in the news, etc., so that they get to relate. I mean, that's only way.
And good. So this is my final question to everyone. Like everyone has to say two things. The first thing is a good thing about Badri sir, and advice to everyone who is watching this video at some point.
The good thing about Badri sir is he's so involved, and his involvement sort of inspires us to go ahead and do it in spite of his age and his health issues, etc. If he can be up so much, then I think we can all pitch in to help him. That's the greatest thing I find about him. He's so involved, he's up to it. He attends classes at times. He also sees whether the children are there or not. He's constantly behind the children's back, asking them to do it. So that is one good thing.
Okay.
And to people who are watching this, I would say is time to give back to the society. So therefore, pitch in, whatever way you can help the society. That's
Yes,
all. Thank you.
fantastic. Muthu ma'am.
Good things about Mr. Badrinath is, the way he's designed this whole thing. There's no outlay of money or anything. It's just extremely practical, and he is very committed, and he loves the children, and he loves the work he's doing. That it's, as Smita said, great inspiration. And if you ask me what is the message to people who are watching this, I would say it gives one ikigai. For me, it is that there's a Japanese word called ikigai that means purpose in life. When you do something like this, you really get a purpose in life.
Awesome,
So,
awesome, really good. Suresh sir.
One word on Mr. Badri is energetic. Energy
Wow.
at his level is something awesome, and I don't know whether I'll be able to catch up at my age of at his age. So much of energy what he has
For
got
sure.
today.
That was my first question to you, to him is, what's the secret behind his energy? I know it's pretty sure
Fantastic.
it's not boost, but something else too, right?
I agree. And the message to people watching is that, yeah, see, it is said very well-known idiom, right? That teach fishing rather than giving a fish to a hungry man. Teaching is the one which gives everyone the life. So please do that.
Fantastic. Nalini ma'am.
Yes, about Badrinath sir, very commendable. His commitment is something which is admirable and something that gives us inspiration. He is he talks to us very nicely. If we have any problems, we can immediately talk to him on phone, and he calls us up, and any problems during the sessions, he advises us and is in constant touch. He's actually a link between us and the students also. He manages to do that. So great effort, and I must say hats off to him. For those who are watching this, yes, this is one way where you could help the weaker sections of society, the underprivileged. And in our society, especially, I would say the girls, they are the ones who are, so many times they drop out and things like that. And we have been seeing that because of the pandemic, there have been reports that, there are child marriages or child labor. We should work very hard as a nation, as educated people, to stop this in our country, to give them all the best. And this is one way. This is maybe a drop in the ocean, but it is one way that we should do it, and we could do it. So that's mine.
Pratibha ma'am.
Yeah, Badri sir is my inspiration. Because of him only, I have joined this group. So everything is made ready, channelized, and given to me. As far as I'm concerned, it's like ready to eat food. So all that what we have to do is spare time, get ready, sit and discuss. I don't think, I don't feel, I don't say I'm teaching. I feel I'm discussing, and because I'm relearning, because I'm an accounts assistant, and by teaching accountancy, now I'm studying. It's a 12th +2 student. I have only one student. So I don't say it as a teaching. It is a discussion between my student and myself. So I'm relearning things, and I'm not don't know what message I should tell. So what I feel is money is not everything. Life is something beyond it. That's
awesome. Sharda ma'am.
What to say about Badri sir? Badri uncle for me. There are no words. He's like he's a youngster amongst all of us actually. When you think about it, he's the one who's thought of this idea. I mean, we all know we had time, could teach people, but still never got to it. But just because, he started this, it's such a lovely thing for him to think of kids like this. Not only the underprivileged, I think so many people, for the others, I would like to say, it's not about just learning in school or learning in college, because learning never ends. And it is not about earning money it's not about qualification that you gather. It is about giving back. It is about not just making your family, educated. It's about each one should learn something, whatever it is.
Mhm.
So it is about, like somebody said, it's like we're giving back. There's no limit to it at all.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Sharda, ma'am, one
It can
thing.
be termed in terms of money or something like that. It cannot
I
be
can.
equal to.
You
Okay.
must listen to Badri. You must listen to Badri. That's how he speaks. That's what I'm saying. It's a childish adolescent. It's it's not even a young adult. It's adolescent. It's a 13ish age. He
Right.
has that in.
Right.
Hindu is also like that. They'll be talking. Suddenly she'll come in between and saying, "Jyoti, no, you listen to him. He's not telling it correctly. You wait, please listen to me." And that's the beauty. That's what keeps them going, and that's what attracts me the most about this company.
Is there any just one thing that you think you have to improve? Not you as in your organization has to improve on. Just one thing that comes on your mind right now.
Maybe tech savvy. I'm very bad at this because at that age we were not exposed to such things.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
You said one way to improve. Yeah, maybe we can make use of technology much better in reaching out to all the students.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you so much everyone for coming to our show. Thank you so much for the time.
Okay, so let's go. Kaushik, let's start from you. Can you just introduce yourself?
Yes, sir. My name is Kaushik. I'm studying in 6th standard.
Okay, and what do you like to do?
I like to listen music.
Okay, myself Yashaswini and I'm studying in 12th standard. I'm interested in dancing, sports. Sports is very much.
Hi sir, I'm Bhairavi. I'm studying in 10th standard. My hobbies are...
So Yashaswini, my first question to you is like, how do you feel about the free education?
We are getting a nice opportunities without paying any fees or anything.
Okay.
So we have to use that in a very good way.
So Bhairavi, what are your aspirations?
I like to become aerocraft engineer.
Okay, and what do you mean by aerocraftic? Can you just tell everyone who is in the meeting?
Sir, it's nothing but how to host the satellite to the space and how to make the designs of the aeroplanes and satellites.
I see. Okay.
Sir, it's nothing the field where the APJ Abdul Kalam has worked.
Yes, exactly. So he is your role model?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you doing anything for that to achieve that dream of yours?
Sir, I searched one time I searched what we want to read, what we want to take, what course we want to do for that.
Okay. Kaushik, what do you want to become?
Sir, I wanted to become IAS officer.
Wow. Do you know what is IAS officer? What he does?
Don't know, sir. I wanted to learn about him.
Oh, cool. No problem. Yashaswini, what about you? What do you aspire to become?
Sir, not aspiring, just I'm planning to become a CA.
To CA. Okay. And what are you doing to achieve that dream? Like, is there anything like you're reading books? You're following someone?
Yeah, I'm collecting all the informations regarding CA and whatever want to do for CA, I'm preparing myself.
Okay. And Yashaswini, this is my last question to you. Do you have any advices to any students who are in similar situations like you all?
Sir, with me, my sister is also learning in this program.
Okay.
She is also with me, sir.
Oh, she's also with you, but I can't. Can you ask her like what she wants to become?
Hi, sir.
Hi, how are you?
I am fine, sir. And you, sir?
I'm doing well too. Thank you for asking. So you want to be an agriculture engineer, huh?
Yes, sir. I want to search about the seeds.
Okay, you want to research about seeds. Okay. What else you want to research about?
Soil.
Soil. Nice. That's so nice to hear. So are you doing anything to achieve your dream?
I am following my father.
You're following your father. There you go. So nice of you. So he teaches you every day?
Yes, sir.
Nice. Good. So do you have any advices to any students who are in similar situation?
Yeah, there is one advice. Please don't misuse the smartphones because everyone are getting these smartphones for their studies.
Right.
But please don't misuse these smartphones.
Right. Exactly. And Yashashwini, one more last question. Sorry for that. Do you have any one good thing about Badri sir?
Yeah, a good person, and he's so friendly with us.
Okay, good, very good, very good. Bhairavi?
Yes, sir.
Can you just tell me one good thing about Badri sir?
Sir, Badri Tata is very good person. He do anything we want in education. By him, I also get a phone, and he gave us a good education.
Wow, nice. Kaushik?
Sir, Badri Tata tell and give us so nicely. He's so friendly. I will say don't misuse this opportunity.
Okay, awesome. That's so nice. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming on our show.